Okay, they are giving us the integral of x squared plus 6x raised to the fifth minus 14 by the cubic root of x squared. All of this over 2x raised to the fourth dx. Okay, first, before we begin to integrate this expression, we have to separate the additions and the subtractions all with the same denominator. Sign of integration, because we haven't begun to integrate, sign of integration, x squared over 2x raised to the fourth plus 6x raised to the fifth over 2x raised to the fourth minus 14 over 2x raised to the fourth by the cubic root of x squared over 1, because it's a multiplication. All of this by dx. Now the next step is to simplify. So the x squared of the numerator cancels out and it is left 1/2 by 1 over x squared plus 3x, because 6 divided by 2 is 3 and x raised to the fifth divided x raised to the fourth is x, minus 7 over x raised to the fourth by x raised to the 2/3 over 1 dx. But we can still simplify the equation in the last part, because as we can see, there is a minus 7 over x raised to the fourth, and it's multiplying an x that is raised to the 2/3. So we can subtract the exponents and left the x in the numerator. So it is left minus 7 x raised to the minus 10/3 dx. Before integrating, we can see that there is an x that is in the denominator in the first part. So we pass it to the numerator and the 2 becomes a negative 2. And we copy the rest of the equation. Now we begin to integrate. So the rule says add 1 to the power and then divide by the new power. So we add 1 to minus 2, that is minus 1, and that minus 1 is put in the denominator multiplying. Then plus 3x squared over 2 minus 7x raised to the minus 7/3 by minus 3/7, because we use the method of reciprocate, the one of division, plus c, that is the constant. And we here can cancel the 2 sevens, because one is in the numerator and the other is in the denominator. Then we just have to put the x terms in the denominators. So it is left minus 1/2 x plus 3x squared over 2 plus 3 over x raised to the 7/3 plus c. And we have finished.
The first problem that we were given was problem number 4. It states, the radius of a cylinder with a fixed height of 6 meters is being increased from 2 to 2.4 meters. We have to consider that all the faces of the outer layer of the painting purposes. We also have to consider that 1 meter square is equal to $13.50.
Before answering the problem, we need to write the given information in order to see what we can use. So first, we can see that the height is equal to 6 meters, the radius 1 is 2 meters, and the radius 2 is 2.4 meters. We decided to use the surface area formula for the cylinder, which is A is equal to 2 pi r squared plus h parentheses 2 pi r.
Letter 8 states, what is the additional cost of painting? To find out what the additional cost is, the first thing we have to do is find out the radius 1 and radius 2 values. For this, we must plug R1 in every R that is found in the surface area equation. So you must do 2 pi 2 to the second power plus replace the 6 within h, then multiply that by 2 pi and again multiply by 2. After you've done that, you have to do the same with the 2.4. The next thing we have to do is plug in the values to the formula of increment, which is fx2 minus fx1. Since we already did that, we just plug in the values of the answer that was given previously. So 48 over 25 pi minus 32 pi, and the increment of this will give you 26.14 meters squared. Even though we already found the increment value, we are still looking for the cost. The formula for cost is the increment value times $13.50, since this is the price that we're given, over meters squared. So we already know what the increment of the radius is, so we're just gonna plug in, substitute. Cost equals 26.14 meters squared times $13.50 over meters squared. So now we're just gonna cancel out the meters squared. After you cancel or eliminated the meters squared, the only thing left to do is to multiply to get the additional cost. Once you've done this, you'll get the result of $352.89.
For the second question, which is letter B, you're asked what is the percentage of the increment. Now let's remember that the increment is the difference between two values of a variable. It's 100% accurate. So first, we need to find the increment by using our given values, which are the radius. Let's remember that R1 is 2 meters and R2 is 2.4 meters. In order to find the increment, we need to subtract R2 minus R1. First, we plug in the variable of R2 into our given formula, which is the surface area. The equation will be 2 pi 2.4 squared plus 6, which is the height, parentheses 2 pi, parentheses 2.4. Then, we plug in the second variable, which is R2. The equation will be 2 pi, parentheses 2 squared plus 6, which is the height, parentheses 2 pi, parentheses 2. You punch in your two equations into the calculator, and the answer for the equation of R2 will be 126.67 minus the second answer, which will be 100.53. Your increment will be 26.14. After getting the increment, now we can calculate the percentage. In order to get the percentage, we need to divide our increment by the original number. The original number is 100.53. After that, you multiply the answer by 100. the equation will be 26.14, which is the increment, divided by 100.53, which is the original number, times 100. Your final answer will be 26%.